Hi, I'm Garry Clement. I'm the Executive Vice President, Executive Director of the Association of Certified Financial Crime Specialists. And I'm joined this morning by Chuck Andrews. He is a former law enforcement and Assistant Dean at the University of Phoenix. Thank you, Chuck.
Glad to be here.
And appreciate you taking the time. I know you're missing some of the sessions, but a couple questions I would like to pose to you is, one is, I guess from your perspective, having been in law enforcement and in senior roles, how do you see the value proposition? You've had a chance to look at the Certified Financial Crime Program. How do you see that playing in? We'll start first with law enforcement.
Sure, as a law enforcement officer and former chief of police, it's imperative to have the kind of training that the CFCS actually offers. With that training, both as a law enforcement officer and one day when they transition into the private sector, they really need to understand the intrinsic pieces of what financial crime is all about, where the banks are involved, banks other than financial institutions, the movement of money coming and going, right? And the networking piece of it as well. Right. That's imperative, and that kind of training can only come from the CFCS.
Thank you. I guess the next question, going now into your academic world.
Sure.
How do you see, or where do you see a program like ours fitting into your criminal justice programs, and do you see it as being a benefit to students?
I do. I see to the benefit in the security vector of the colleges and the law enforcement vector, the accounting and business vector, really having a good understanding and taking that curriculum and actually putting in and incorporating it into the academic programming, so they'll have a very strong view, and hopefully they'll come out certified and be able to leverage that on top of their degree out into the workforce.
Excellent, thank you. And your last sort of area that you've done a lot of work in, and I know you've heavily involved with the ASIS, and maybe first of all you could explain a little bit what it is for our audience, and then do you see a value or some sort of correlation between us and the ASIS?
Yeah, I hope that we get an opportunity to entertain that, but just so everybody understands, ASIS International is the world's first oldest and largest security profession, reaching its 62nd year. I represent them in the state of Texas, our Region 3C, as the Regional Vice President. As such, and as part of that, I'm building partnerships and relationships, and the ACFCS is no different in that respect. Here is this great expertise in the fraud world, right, in financial crimes, and that it's great that we can form some kind of partnership, and I look forward to discussing more what that can look like to the benefit of both ASIS and the members of ACFCS.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.